All right. My name is Michael Guinness, Chair. I call this regularly scheduled meeting of the Historic District Commission to order this, 18th day of November 2021. There is a quorum present. The roster of the staff to the commission, of the commission members, and the technical posts that they fill in accordance with the requirements of the Hagerstown zoning ordinance are on file with the city of Hagerstown, are available on request to any applicant, and are hereby made a part of the legal record of each and every application heard today. All decisions rendered are based on the Secretary of Interior standards and guidelines as adopted by the city of Hagerstown. Each decision is made on a case-by-case basis and is not intended to be precedent setting. If you have any cell phones or other electronic devices, please make sure that they have been silenced. Please note that we are recording live on YouTube. There are two types of cases: consent agenda and design review. For consent agenda, I'll ask anybody in our audience if they have any issues with those particular cases. If not, then I will ask commission members if they have any issues with any consent agenda items. If there are no issues, we will then blanket approve those particular cases, and those applicants will be free to go. For design reviews, when your case is called, please join with the commission, come up to the table. Please state your name and address for the record. After that, a brief synopsis of your application will be presented by our staff consultant. The floor will then be turned over to the applicant for any elaboration. After that, the floor will then be open for discussion by the commission members prior to rendering a decision on that application. At this time, we have no approval of the minutes. We do have a agenda adjustment. I'd like to move from the consent agenda HDC case 2021-39 for 137 South Prospect Street for windows to the design review portion of the agenda. All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. All right, consent agenda. HDC case 2021-40 for 115 West Washington Street for some paving in a parking lot. Take it nobody is here to speak out against that particular case. All right, commission members, any concerns? All right, we will entertain a motion for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I have reviewed the materials submitted in case number 2021-40 and its associate staff report and recommendations. And I have viewed the pictures of the property in question. The staff report recommends approval of this application as consistent with the applicable standards adopted by this commission. And no one has appeared at this hearing with concerns about, issues with, or objections to this application. Therefore, I move that this commission adopt the staff evaluation and recommendations in this case as its own and grant a certificate of appropriateness to the applicant for case number 2021-40.
Second.
Second.
All right, second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. All right, that particular case is free to go. All right, that completes our consent agenda items. For design review, we have HDC case 2021-39 for 137 South Prospect Street for windows, and I won't try to pronounce applicant's name at this point. Federal. All right, thank you.
Okay, this is case HBC 2021-39. The applicant is Deborah Federal. The property is located at 137 South Prospect Street. This is in the Prospect Street Local Historic District. Resources in this district are not rated, but this building should be a contributing structure, not non-contributing. So that's a correction in the staff report. A contributing structure or contributing resource in this district. Photograph the front of the property shown on page 1 of your staff report. Design guidelines that are applicable is pages 39 of the residential guidelines. Applicant is proposing to replace certain windows with Lincoln Windows aluminum clad replacement units with simulated 6/6 true divided light grills consistent with the existing windows. Staff recommendation is approval, and this may have fallen through the cracks, but we just need some clarification on which windows there are that are being replaced, because we didn't get the impression from the application that we're replacing every window in the house. So we just need to clarify for the record which windows are involved here.
Does our applicant have anything to add?
Yeah, so with regard to that, right now I'm only replacing one window because I want to make sure that the window looks great and does what it's supposed to do. And then I actually had a question if I do it periodically, do I need to come back again, or if it's the same window that I'm using? You know, it's just,
What I would recommend that you do, if you have windows that you intend to replace, get them all approved now, tell us which ones they are. And then if you replace them one by one, that's up to you, but it's no sense coming back every time you want to replace a window.
I'll need to go through the house then and double check all that. Right now, I only submitted the application for the one, so. And it may be that I don't use this window if there's something about it that I don't like. I'm a little bit concerned about the locks on it.
Okay, which window is it?
The one that it's in the application, it's the window on the second floor on the north side in the back. It's a bedroom window.
North side. So if you're looking at the front of the building, it's the right-hand side of
Correct,
the building toward the back, second floor.
correct.
So it's one window
On the side of the house, not the front of the house.
on the
Yes,
side, back this side.
I think that's what we were waiting for, is to determine okay.
But if that window is satisfactory, once you have it installed, you're planning to use that throughout the rest to replace all the other windows in the house, or is it just?
not
for that?
all of them. Some of them are in amazing shape, but some of them have had some damage from water, and I want to replace all the windows that there are some issues with. I'm concerned about the locks on the windows. I just want to make sure that they're sufficient for my needs, and then I'll make a decision about if I'm going to use the same window. Of course, I'll come back if I change the window for the rest of the windows, but the hope is that this window will be great and I'll be able to use it throughout. With regard to the front of the house, I'm more than likely will not replace the windows on the front of the house because they were replaced at one time before the house was on the historic register. And they're not really in keeping with the house. If I were to replace those, I would probably do something that brought it back closer to the original. It's got those wooden panels that open up on the bottom, and then someone just stuck a window on top of it, so they don't work anymore. So at this time, there's no plan to replace any of the windows on the front.
You might want to make a motion to approve replacement of the windows on the sides and rear with this particular model as needed. That way you don't have to come back for, as long as you continue to use the same model. you don't
That's
have to
great.
come back.
That's great.
Sides and the rear are fairly good.
Any other questions, comments from commission members? All right, so at this point, sounds like we're all in agreement. So we'll entertain a motion. Please make sure in that motion, we mentioned that the side and rear windows can be replaced as needed, as long as it's within the same model as submitted.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have inspected the project plans and the property in question, and if it's constructed in accordance with these plans, the project is compatible with the character of the district for the reasons that the windows north, south, side, and rear conform to general form and proportion with the rest of the building and are generally in harmony with the architectural guidelines for residential historic districts and the character of the adjoining properties. Therefore, I move that the HDC grant a certificate of appropriateness to the applicant for case number HDC 2021-39.
All right, we have a second.
Second.
All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. All right.
Hold on.
You can see that.
Hmm?
Can see it from the-
All right, next up on our agenda, workshops. I don't see anybody here for workshops. We're good with that. New business, anything that needs to be brought before this commission? Hearing none. Old business. Anybody have old business?
Yeah. I just sent, excuse me, I just sent a email to both of you about the 66 West Washington lot and the Manny's 5-story, where there was an open brick facing that was sitting out there, that was, something was going to happen with it. And now it looks as though there's some kind of water discharging at the bottom of the plywood there. And it's something most people would not even notice
One Manny's building?
on Manny's building. So I just wanted, before it becomes a big issue, and I don't know where we are in the timeline of all of that stuff. And I couldn't find Manny to, or his son to address it, so,
Manny doesn't own it.
oh, well, there we go.
Mike Fitzgerald owns the building,
Okay,
and he actually is working on plans as we speak
okay,
to renovate the building into high-end apartments or condos.
okay. Well, maybe he's aware of the
I'll reach out to him.
water discharging.
Any other old business? Any announcements? This is our only meeting in November. We have one meeting in December. And I guess we'll be back in the new year.
Yep.
Or something like that.
And we are working on filling the vacancy. Right now, we have a vacancy and we have Mr. Chilton who already ever been.
Right.
But we're working on the vacancy right
Right. Anything else needs to be brought for this commission?
Just so everyone understands that September and October are volleyball season for me, and some meetings I will not be able to attend. I'll try to make one a month, but I just need to be careful about what I do because volleyball is in season at that time.
We got 9 months to get ourselves staffed back up. So.
Good luck with that.
We do have somebody who submitted who looks interested. So.
Wonderful. All right, anything else? If not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Thank you very much, folks. Enjoy your evening.
So our next meeting.
Thanks, Amy.
So
Yeah. that's nice.
our next meeting is the 9th
The
of
9th of December.